Alright, hello. This is ketchup, mustard, mayo 1000 or 5000. I already forgot. But it's a happy New Year's, so starting off this year strong. I'm gonna. Oh god, I got something in my eye. We're starting off the year strong. We're gonna get all these predictions right. I'm gonna be very smart, calculated, as per usual. Nothing big, nothing crazy. But let's first start off with what I did last year. Because I always just the next video I always just usually end up making like a follow up of how I did. So let me just do that. Which was UFC Fight Night Royval versus Cape or Capi. I don't know how the Portuguese pronunciation works. I did really good. Um, let's go through it. Jamie Lynn Hort, pretty straightforward. I feel like this one was kind of obvious. I don't remember what the odds were. No, she was an underdog. I don't know. This one seemed kind of obvious. Guillermo Bat. This one was obvious. Surprising that it was um, a decision. Luana Santos. This one, I know a lot of people were on Croden, but this one was, I think, pretty clearly a Luana Santos because she's good. She's not bad. She's good. Following up, yeah, Steve Absalon. Not surprised. Brito just looks terrible, man. Terrible. Something's up. Something's definitely up, but he's not looking good anymore. Um, I had Magni, Amosov. You're him. You're him. I didn't expect it. Bobby Green, Lance Gibson Jr. Kind of. I feel like this is like a good toss-up for Bobby. He was getting his tune-up after all his losses. This one was interesting. Kennedy, what are you doing? Melky, this one was clear as day, clear as day. I'm pretty sure this was my lock, but Melky, easy. Um, Olajaychik, easy as well. Um, I don't know did I have it by? I had him by KO round one. Hmm, interesting. Yeah, went to distance. This one was surprising. I believe I was in the previous video. I was talking about how Giga was like someone who you should be worried about. I ended up picking Vallejos, and he kind of proved me right by that. But I think Giga is just old now, man. He doesn't look the same. Sad as it is, sad to see him get knocked out too. So yeah, Vallejos won, and then Cap. This one was interesting. I don't know. Something's up. Something's definitely up with Cap over here. He looks not juiced. I'm not gonna say he's juiced, but he looks a little better, a little too better in the little time that he had. Uh, well, we're starting off with the new start of the year, UFC 324. We'll start off at the beginning. Ty Miller versus Adam Fugit. I had a couple of notes. I'm actually gonna take this a little bit more serious and write some notes as the fights come out. But for this fight, we have Ty Miller, who is Dana White Contender Series guy, coming in on his debut, and we have Adam Fugit, who he's like a gatekeeper to decide if you're worthy to be in the UFC, kind of. But Ty Miller is like a really good, or not really good, a very good technical striker. Excuse me, a technical striker. If you were to watch his Dana White Contender Series fight, like Jimmy Drago and him, they were going like punch for punch, but they're like very technical with their striking. Um, but when you look at Adam Fugit, on the other hand, as like an opponent, it's probably gonna be a lot easier than it was for when it was against Jimmy Drago. Jimmy Drago, I feel like would probably not struggle, but definitely be a lot closer against Adam Fugit. But when you look at Ty Miller against Adam Fugit, you just have to realize like Adam Fugit is old, but he did put up good fights against Islam Dulatov. Um, But then also, if you think about it, Islam Dulatov did look really like nervous since it was like his first UFC fight in front of a crowd, a big crowd at that. So I mean, that's something to consider. But he did look good regardless. He held his own, and that's all that matters. Um, from this fight though, you should really expect a Miller decision. Um, he doesn't. I don't. He has like KOs, like he has KO, like he has a KO, but I don't really think he has KO power like that. Um, but like he is very like lengthy. Um, and just having a being a lengthy points technical fighter, it's like it's gonna be a lot. It's gonna take you to a decision most of the time. If he, not to say that he's like Izzy, but I would say like if you think about it, he's similar to Izzy in the sense that like he's like a lanky dude who's just there and uses like his limbs to his advantage, his limb length to his advantage, and I can see that happening against Adam Fugit. But yeah, Ty Miller decision. Next fight, Josh Hokett versus Denzel Freeman. Um, oh yeah, and also the Ricky Tercios and Cameron Smotherman fight got removed because of what happened with Cameron Smotherman. Hopefully he's well. I hope nothing bad happened. All I saw was that he got cut on the chin from falling, but hopefully he's fine. But yeah, Josh Hokett versus Denzel Freeman. I think this is the easiest matchup to predict so far on the entire card. When you look at Freeman's last fight against Buljo or Marek Buljo, um, he, he looks very skittish. And that's not going to work with Hokett. Like maybe if it was like an Alex Perez skittish, where it's like that's his style, that's how he fights. But if you're looking at it purely off of like their last fights, Abujo is just very up against the fence, stand up and don't get down type of fighter. I mean, I guess he can get down, but more like stand up and like if you ideally get him your opponent on the ground, okay, go for the kill. But if not, just stay up. Um, Josh Hogan is the complete opposite. When you look at him, um, he, I mean, he's going to be very fast, very aggressive. I mean, that's just why he got a favorable matchup in my opinion. Like this is perfect for him. I think the only kind of like thing to worry about is the reach, but that doesn't really matter if you're just gonna go for a takedown or if you're just gonna be like aggressive and like go for strikes. Um, but I mean, if you also think about it, he also has Dana White privilege. Um, so he's very corny. So I mean, it's to be expected that they gave him Denzel Freeman. They just wanted him to get a highlight reel. Um, but yeah, I think it's gonna be a first round finish, whether that be submission or KO. I think it's gonna be KO in my opinion. Um, but Freeman does seem kind of like a blockhead in a way. But I think just either he knocks him down, goes for a submission, or knocks him down, goes for like just ground and pound. But we'll see. But Freeman's best bet is to clinch and just have him on the cage and just gas Hoke until like the later half of the bout. Then maybe he'll win because we haven't really seen Hoke in like the later halves. At least not in from what I've seen at least. But he hasn't really gone past the further rounds. So maybe he does well. Maybe he doesn't in the later half, but we'll see. So I have Hokett KO round 1. Next fight, Alex Perez versus Charles Johnson. Wait, the fight got removed. Oh, what? Hold on. What happened? Why did the fight get cancelled? Why did Michael Johnson and Alexander Hernandez get cancelled? Okay, interesting. That was probably like my most anticipated fight in my opinion. But, we'll move on. Alex Perez versus Charles Johnson. I feel like this was like a hard fight to choose in my opinion. Like, yes, like, okay, if you look at this, just off of like pure like first like sightseeing, if you're sight reading this, you're just gonna see these two and be like, okay, Charles Johnson's gonna win, just purely off of stats, right? Alex Perez is coming off of 2 losses, and he's coming off of like an injury, and I mean, he has time. He has had time to like recover, but even then, like that's still an injury. And the injury is pretty devastating. But he looked really, really good against Asu. But then again, if you think about it, Asu's Asu, man. He's not. I don't think he's the greatest. He's top 3 or top 5 at least, but he's not the greatest. He's just very. I don't know. I don't know. He's just very he's just a snake. That's the best way I can put it. He's just a snake. He doesn't give up. Um, but then if you think about it on Charles Johnson's side, he's also had a very good streak. I don't know why it's not showing up all 4, but there's like there should be 5 here. But he he has a really good streak, and his only loss was against a guy who got popped for PEDs, and that's it's kind of saying a lot because he actually did pretty good. Like I think I would say up until like the final, before the decision was made, like I thought he was gonna win, even though I had Temirov in that fight originally. Um, but yeah, I'm expecting Alex Perez to lose. But he is super crafty, and he's only 33. If you think about it, 33 to 35, it's gonna do him a lot better. Since he is in his prime time. Um, but then for Charles Johnson, I do expect him to win, but I worry about Alex Perez being able to get him on the ground. And if he is on the ground, he's gonna struggle to get up, and that's why I mainly see as a passive victory for Alex Perez. Since he is a very like backpack heavy guy, sub guy. He's good. Striking is really good, but I do see like backpacking and like just trying to get people on the ground as his main way of winning, in my opinion. Um, but Charles Johnson should use his range to his advantage, but he tends to be very dumb when fighting. That tends to make him lose the first round usually. I mean, you can see it a lot in like the Loner Kavanaugh fight, the Temirov fight, even the Joshua Van fight. I don't know about the Sumaderji one. Um, but yeah, he just tends to be very dumb on the first round. But if the right guy is there that will capitalize off of that, uh, maybe he loses. But Alex Perez could do that since he comes out very strong. I think Alex comes out very strong. But he tends to moderate his his level of how strong he comes out. But he does come out strong. Um, but yeah, I'm taking Johnson decision. I would not be surprised if Alex Perez won though. This is definitely someone to be careful of, in my opinion. Um, I guess as the fight got canceled, I'll just mention it. But I had Michael Johnson winning against Alexander Hernandez, and I had Cameron Smotherman beating Ricky Torcios. But they're not happening, so it doesn't matter. Next fight is Nikita Krylov versus Modestas Bukauskas. I'm taking Bukauskas round 1 KO. This is a sad case, man. This is a sad case. Bukauskas is not Bukauskas. Bukauskas. Bukauskas is like the guy with momentum and on the come up as well. He's kind of been due for like a fight in the rankings, in my opinion. Because if you look at it, like Marcin Prachnio, okay, yeah, like obviously he's gonna do good against Marcin Prachnio. Kokara, easy. Ian Kotulava, this one was close. I'm surprised that it was only a split decision, but yeah, makes sense. And then Paul Craig, KO, sad case as well. Hope retirement is doing you good, Paul. But if you look at Nikita Krylov on the other hand, this is a bigger sad case because I mean, comes off of a layoff. Let's see, how long was it? A year, almost a 2-year layoff. Does really good against Ozemir. Obviously beats Ryan Spann and loses to Dominic Reyes. And that's like the biggest telltale sign, man. It's just like the ring rust is bad, man. You can't be losing to Dominic Reyes, man. Not in 2026 at least, or in 2025. But 2026, if you're losing to Dominic Reyes, I'm concerned. And then Bogdan Guskov, it's another sad case. But to be fair, Bogdan Guskov is a good up and comer, so not really surprised. But I kind of see the same situation happening. Bukowski's gonna win. KO round one. Because Krylov is just old, man. He's just really old, really rusty, and he's really slow now compared to when he was active. I don't know what he did, but he was not as slow as he is now. But don't expect Krylov to have anything for Bukowski, as he is good on both the offensive ends. Um, as in Bukowski is really good striking and grappling wise. And he's been due for like a ranked opponent, like I said. Um, but because of that, he's probably gonna go out there and try to finish Krylov. He wants to get like a. He's trying to look good, man. Like realistically, this is your first shot at a ranked opponent. You're gonna want to do good. You're gonna want to go up there and show them like, hey, Dana, give me a higher ranked opponent. So he's gonna go in there and try to finish him, in my opinion. Plus, I mean, they both have finishing potential, so I'm taking Bukowskis. By KO round one. Next fight. Ateba Gutierrez versus Andrei Polyev. This fight, I feel like goes the distance. Um, I've seen Polyev fight. Like, I saw his Contender Series fight. I saw his CLD fight. He did pretty good, even though this was like really unfair. A really unfair like debut for him. And then the Nick Klein fight. Nick Klein is just a weird opponent, but Nick Klein shouldn't have been in the UFC. He shouldn't have even won, or he shouldn't have even like gotten a contract, in my opinion. But he did good. He showed that he does have finishing potential, and that's all that matters. On the Teba Gutierrez side, obviously we know he's gonna win. We just don't know how or when. I don't think it's gonna be a first round finish, in my opinion. I really think it's gonna go the distance. If it doesn't go, it's gonna be at least round 3. But like just because like Pulev is very rangy with his kicks, and like he can clinch enough to not get tagged up, and I mean that's really important when, especially when you're fighting fucking Gutierrez. Like obviously you don't want to get caught, man. Like you got this dude with freakishly long arms, like and limbs, just like coming at you with like pure muscle. Like obviously you don't want to get caught by that, man. So you're gonna have to be rangy, or you're gonna have to clinch, and just keep him away from you at all times. But if you have to be close, you have to, you know, yeah. But like Gutierrez is a dog, so he'll probably get in there and make quick work. But realistically, I think it's going later in the fight. Pulev being like a spider will probably stay home in the long run, though, for later runs or for later rounds, and he does go for the body a lot, which is no one has really done that against Gutierrez. Like no one has. I mean, to be fair, no one's gone close enough, but no one has really like tagged his body, and I feel like his body is gonna be like the weakest link, in my opinion. Especially with how shredded he is, he probably has low body fat there. Probably doesn't have enough to like protect his like organs and stuff. So just something to consider. But yeah, I'm taking Gutierrez round KO round 3, but don't be surprised if it's decision. Umar versus Figgy. It's Umar, obviously, just because Figgy is just old now. Sadly, but Figgy is old now. But Umar is not as good as people make him out to be, man. I don't care what anybody tells me. He's not good. Like he's not ever touching the belt. I don't believe he can go at this for like 4 or 5 more years. I don't think he's touching that belt. There's so much more talent in bantamweight. But despite that, he will be Figgy, but it's just gonna be by decision. He's not touching him like striking wise. He's not touching him. Like no way he's not. But Figgy is very good despite his age, but he is just old now with a lot of wear and tear. But I do expect this fight to go to distance. But do also expect someone to be knocked down. I really think Figgy's gonna knock down Umar, similar to like what he's, cause like if you think about it, like this dude has been knocked down like 3 times already. He got knocked down by, it's not showing up here, but Raoni Barcelos. He got knocked down by, I'm pretty sure he got knocked down by Almacan. I'm pretty sure. And he got knocked down by Mario Batista. He got knocked down by like this dude is chinny, man. He is chinny. I don't care what anybody tells me. He is chinny. Figgy has a good chance of like capitalizing off of the fact that he's chinny. So don't. I'm just all I'm gonna say is don't be surprised if he gets knocked down. That's all I'm gonna say. But Umar decision. because Figgy's just old, man. Like, I think he knocks him down, but I don't think he's gonna do much with that. Next fight. Arnold Allen versus John Silva. His first fight of the main card. I like this matchup for both fighters. It gives them like a good, true tried test to see like where they're at in their careers. Because I mean, Arnold Allen is getting to that age where he should be like probably going on a title run. But I mean, he lost to Max Holloway, which is not bad. He lost to Mobzar, which is not bad. Um, Not bad losses at all. Beat Giga, but he's been out for a while now, sadly. He beat Calvin Cater. Well, not really, but John, man, just this KO, man, just pissed me off, dude. It just pissed me off so much. God. But yeah, John's still in that. He's still on a good trajectory in his career. But Arnold Allen is a tough cookie, man. He is not someone who's just gonna give up. And his boxing is super slick. But you could say the same thing for John Silva. So it's really, like I said, this is a really tough like matchup. Obviously it's gonna come down to like who's gonna give up first. But John Silva is just as smooth and flow state like with his striking. But we'll see whose autism reaches the flow state first at the big day at the end of the day. But the big decider of this fight will be Arnold Allen's takedown defense, as that will be John's best weapon in this fight. Because I mean, Arnold Allen's, I haven't really seen his like takedown defense get tested. Besides like Melzar, like obviously Melzar is just gonna go for that, and it looked decent-ish, but it wasn't enough. And John Sylvan isn't a Mobstar, but I think having Mobstar tendencies should be enough for him. So we'll see where that goes. So I'm taking Silva by decision, not a decision, by submission round 3. But don't expect. Also, I feel you should expect a decision from that one. Next fight: Natalia Silva versus Rose Namajunas. I think this is a pretty straightforward Silva decision. I mean, what is there to say? Rose is kind of washed now, man. Yeah, like, she's really washed. It's kind of sad. She only gets favorable matchups because of Dana, and I'm pretty sure this fight was supposed to be originally Rose Namajunas versus Diana Barbosa, I think. It was somebody. Let me check. It was supposed to be Alexa Grasso. Okay, she would have lost to Alexa Grasso. But Natalia Silva came up. She came in. I think she's gonna win pretty easily. Silva stepping in on short notice will also prove like the levels that are about to be displayed by this fight. Because bro, she is like different. She is different. She is not like the other flyweights. She is completely in her own league. I think she gives this is like a good chance to give her practice to go up against Shevchenko, because this is like a form of like champ. And I mean, so was Alexa Grasso and Andrade, but I feel like Rose Namajunas was a little bit more dominant than both of them. So we'll see how that goes. But I think this will 100% go the distance. But I could see Silva putting the brakes on her, because I wouldn't be surprised. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, Rose Namajunas is gonna lose to Natalia Silva. Next fight: Waldo Cortez Acosta versus Derek Lewis. We're back. Waldo bros, we are back. We are back indefinitely. We are back. But anyways, I think this is gonna be a Waldo decision. Kind of surprising. I feel like a lot of people are kind of expecting this fight to be short, and it probably is gonna be. It's probably gonna end up being just like a round 1 finish for either one of them. But I feel as though this fight will end up being like a retelling of Francis versus Lewis, where they kind of just like have this like really big sentiment that like they're both finishers, so someone's gonna get finished. But I feel like it's not really the case for this fight. I feel like they're gonna be really strategic A, but also very like dominant. I'm trying not to get knocked out. I mean, we have seen Waldo fight. He's really strategic when it comes with striking, and he does taunt a lot because he's a big taunter. So I would expect it as much this time around, especially with someone like Derek Lewis, who's also a really big taunter. They're just gonna be going on a taunt off, but could also go to go. All right. I guess for like Waldo, I guess he wants to go for like a highlight reel, and that would solidify like a title fight at least for him, or if not a title fight, like a title eliminator, definitely. Because when you think about it, he does have like a really weird vendetta against Tom. Um, I don't really blame him though. Tom is a little shaky, a little weird. But we'll see how that goes. Um, I love Lewis though, but age is gonna play a huge factor into this fight. But I don't want to count him out. I really don't want to count him out, especially with like how dominant he looked against Taliesin Teixeira. To be fair, Taliesin shouldn't have even been in there with Derek Lewis, but I'm not gonna question it. But yeah, Waldo decision, pretty straightforward. Um, Definitely decision though. Like I think the 21% are not wrong in this idea. Um, but yeah, Waldo decision. Next fight, Sean O'Malley for Song Yadong. Um, yeah, I have Song by decision. I personally feel like O'Malley is done being in the title picture. But he would definitely still be in the top 10. This fight though is definitely not putting him in the top. Is gonna keep him in the top 10, but not in the title picture. Because when you're comparing both of them, we will be getting a crazy striking match. Like there's no doubt about that. No one's gonna go for a takedown. Maybe Song. Um, but Song is going to be a lot more gritty in the pocket and in general. Because like if you think about it, Sean is a twig. Like he is really tall. For the bantamweight division. Well, he's not really tall, but he's decently tall for bantamweight. And lanky. But if you're looking at this like in a like if we're just looking at this solely off of like how they fight, Sean does not like people getting close to him at all. Um, and I feel like I've been saying Sean, right? I said Sean doesn't like getting close to him. Song, um, is like really tight knit. He kind of moves like. Oh yeah, this is a really bad comparison, because like there's like completely different levels between the two. But he kind of moves like Colin Lochran, um, where he kind of like walks very blocky, but he tends to be more open, if that makes sense. Um, but I mean, O'Malley really just lost all the dog once he lost that belt, man. Um, I think Marab Loki took his soul. I can't lie. I cannot lie about that, but we'll see how locked in he is now. But Song is only 28 still. Like he's super young, man. Super young. Um, Still has a lot of time to reach some form of a title run, and this is probably his title run if we're keeping honest. But ideally, O'Malley catches Song once, wins round off of having the better striking, but that's just once. But once Yadong is, but like you have to remember, like Yadong is a blockhead, so we gotta like capitalize. Excuse me. So he has to capitalize from the close distance if he does get hit by one of those punches, like going for the body. Um, I don't think people realize how much going for the body works in their favor, man. They need to start doing that more. But yeah, I mean, I truly think he's gonna come in there, go crazy. We'll see though. We'll see. Um, but this fight is 100% going the distance. I don't think anybody's getting knocked out. If anything, Sean gets knocked out, but that's the most I really expect, to be honest. But yeah, that's what I have. Next fight, Gaethje versus Patty for the interim. Um, I think it's pretty straightforward. I feel like it's gonna be a Pimlet submission, round 2, round 3, or round 4 at least. I don't think it's gonna be round 1, but round 2 or round 3 certain. Round 3 maybe, or round 4 maybe. Um, Otherwise it's gonna be a distance. But I feel like Patty has to use his grappling in this fight. I don't care what anybody tells me. Like he cannot strike, or I take that back. He can strike. Don't get me wrong. He can strike. But and it's his striking has gotten better every single fight I've seen him. Like, dude, his striking against Jared Gordon, terrible. Holy shit, man, it was terrible. I don't even remember. Like, I genuinely don't want to remember it because of how bad it was. Like, it looked like a little kid who's like at a party and he like gets upset with somebody and he just wants to fight somebody, but it doesn't look good. Like, he just looks like it literally looked like a fish out of water when he was fighting. It's just terrible. But it's gotten way better. Like Tony Ferguson, he was putting the beats on Tony Ferguson. Doesn't say a lot. Did pretty good against King Green. Michael Chandler, but I mean, he knocked him out, so it looked pretty good. But he can stand or fight with Gaethje, but I don't expect it to go that well for him. And I saw something saying that he was gonna try to prove something with the striking. I'm like, bro, please don't. We don't need that. We don't need that right now, man. If you want to win, you cannot strike with Gaethje. Like, yes, you can if you want to. Yeah, sure, if you want, go ahead. But you're not gonna do like what you expect to be doing with against Gaethje, like you would, like, let's say, Michael Chandler. Like, this is completely different levels of like of competition. If you're thinking about it, because I mean Gaethje, I mean, he was an interim, I believe, if I remember correctly. He was interim. He has championship level like experience. That's all that really matters at the end of the day. Paddy, you don't. That's the only bad thing. You don't have champion level experience. You have 5 round experience, but not championship level experience. And I need you. You need to like go in there and not do something dumb. Um, but Gaethje has a lot better odds of winning than what the odds makers say. I do think it's at least like maybe close to even. But I mean, I can understand why it's 2-1, just because if you think about it, Gaethje is old, man. He is pretty old, 37. Supposedly he has staff. Doesn't really look like a stylistically good matchup for him because A, he's going up against someone who's grapple heavy. But I mean, we'll see. Otherwise, though, I do think Petty will get the nod at the end of the fight if the fight goes to distance, just because of how much damage Gaethje has been dealt. I don't really expect him to go as hard and crazy as he used to go. He's definitely gonna go in there and try to, win. Don't get me wrong. But how much is he gonna go in there and try to win? That we don't know. And because of that, I'm expecting Gaethje to not do as well as he used to in previous years. Not to say like it's a bad thing or anything, but I just don't think it's gonna happen like previous years. But who knows? Oh my god, that got me so off guard. But yeah, that's everything I have. It's for UFC 324. Hopefully, I did a pretty good breakdown. I'm trying to change up my breakdowns a little bit. If there's anything that you guys would like to see that's a little bit different on my end, please let me know. I'm gonna try a different type of recording style where I have something in the background, and then I'll just pop up stuff like how it's been throughout this video. So yeah, just let me know if anything comes up. Feedback, comments, if you want to say hi, if you guys want to hype up the picks, I'm here. Just want some feedback on what I've made. So yeah, just let me know. Thank you. You guys can always reach out to me or follow me on Typology if you guys want to see my up-to-date picks. I'm Heeming. Probably gonna change it to my YouTube name soon. To pickle mustard ketchup 1000 or 5000. But we'll see. But yeah, thank you all for watching. This has been ketchup mustard mayo 1000, 5000, and goodbye.